adehye yamam akwaba aha Nananom TV the best say nani de dika ohwe ya best so beto bo na wahwe videos nyama na esi na wahwe ma na esi wi no like comment ni krakra na share na obi nso nya bi enhwe sina Nananom TV ya hye mo boss amanyo sema abekoso bia ede hu mpopo bremu no enanso ni bi epie na momenko tie de ni epie na mbra sisi
ya Abronye DC ya wona okọ NPP amroko ni ma waye jomtani chairman edima wonum ewo bunumantamo na nsensem bia de batu etwa no ana Ghana mampani data yero tontromani Mahama waba beyi na nom wabebi sasa asamben ana opani kan ya wayi na nom yero eye kwame bafo Abronye Abronye DC wode batu etwa esa Ghana mampani data yero tontromani Mahama wono ebra osani for my Ghana egwasom any empo eye 2013 2014 wono no chasa ne S-Grass akwankwaje sika pudi wade kwa yonom na enya sanketua won kobo sika ni dia wo se sika ebro aye 14.8 aye million Ghana cedis ya o sika ne esopane no no wo mai Ghana ya tam ye ya Ghana mampani dado we nya kopani mi tie ye esa akwankwaje sika aye S-Grass no ebiem na saska bebo tin asa nu sika kasiam Ghana mampani dada eje yenom enu na eniem amanfo di kaba bonten ebe kasa di tiasa ne no kre no man Ghana mpu sika yesen ana obi a wasum de tia bi no ya kwatam sens kakase wem ya de amano ebra ne amanfo eka wasom Ghana mampenda de otono bu ase wanka wasam ne mum afi na bena so ya wose oba bayi na no yesu nko de amanyina ene se asama Abronye DC kan ya no ebosam kasam wonum de woka eya atrosam na se mpanifo ka wiasem so bi tanas wo se wasam ena tes watia ne pa ana obi nso se wasam ena onum to na wo hwere maba ni wo bɔ ne hwene enti ewa kwame aya bafo Abronye DC enso de batu ejanom ena no krada woni S-Grass bi a etesa ni otumye no atresie se wonumpo ebra kwatena aya enchan esa Ghana mampani dadanom ye ka akade ye pon kwasa ne nsatumi kanom enye ni nyina na ne nsaka sabra ye kasemponom ayade asa ne pension sika ya ne pension salary na so penna suma wie na kwatantenom dia yadima mampenda da akofo no ene mampani adada fonom enwa bi na wache ya woni bibia tesa etra so enwa che kwansompo ya kan wono ankasa ne bills ye bi ya no office baby o ye na djuma no light no eba na se djuma wono na kwato kanea wodi aguso ni nyankwasa nkoman no ani ye ne yansade ma nenso enya de sasa na eko enwa tempo ni fie ya watim accommodation wono na tua ana lad base nso ni fie no eno nso wono ankasa ne tua we ya no to enchaniam ni nsuoka water bill ni na nso se wono na tua no ma bebre kan ya wono na photo sa bill no enti ekoba ne san ana yewura Abronye DC etwechicha asam kasa te sem adeba so ne kom awabra asasam no enokware bia enim to se Ghana for ene na afo bayina no sa so pan kan no enokware bia enim yamontungu na ayebosem kasam wasin kanuma bebre no sam eye monument o san ketumi de ma no benefit film nanso enya de sa sa no ma no ne nsa etumi ekam ya enenom wasi sika mampenda da akofo ya de ma no eno abi o eno abi ano no Ghana mampenda da yi wono nso so ya de ma no na adenti ana wi aso wotani pa wotimi bo wotrim ebe kan sam ya ti se mampenda da wakasa ni nsam ni beni.
That's an absolute lie. He says in 2013, 14 million was paid into my ADB account. I have my 2013 bank statement. I'll let you look through and see if there's any 14 million payment. The only payment that was made to me by government, accountant general, was my salary arrears of 230,000 cedis. That's all. In 2013, I'll show you that bank statement. No ex gratia. I was paid 230,000 as salary arrears in 2013. I'll show it to you first. And later, if you want, we can call a group of you journalists. Of course, I don't want to publish my bank statement, but I can put it before you and you look through all the payments and see if there's a 14 million CD payment. I didn't receive any such payment. And he also says that I receive privileges and perks since I left office in 2017 worth 15 million cedis. That is absolutely untrue. I receive only my monthly pension, like President Kufuor, President Rawlings was receiving until he died. That's all I get. I pay the electricity bill for my house and my office. I pay the water bill for my house and my office. I live in my own accommodation, so the state does not pay me anything for accommodation. They haven't given me an office. I rent an office in East Cantonments. I pay the rent myself. I pay my own fuel. The state doesn't give me fuel. I pay my own domestic staff. I pay my own medical bills. I pay my own air tickets when I travel. You know, I'm traveling tonight. I bought those tickets myself, for myself and my wife. And so all those things he said are rubbish. Yes, somebody gave him what we are entitled to. And probably they are doing it for President Kufuor, but they are not doing it for me. Normally when you leave, they approve what is not being done. It's not being done for me. Why? I don't get electricity, I don't get water, I don't get medical.
Enti abusiafo samuti asema Ghana mampani data yero tonto mani Mahama pani kasianom wadi atu edwa we yo kanya wose onyim bia o ejisa ne pension salary nko a we kura work no enya se bia wo ka tia ni bia ni ate mampani da akofo sanu mo bobo so nyata yayama no nanso ono ne yese ni yanyama no wono ana ye ni bibia enti Ghana for mo so mote yama so na basa ne sre ya modina mampani da ni pabani ni ana waji we nanso nyina chi no ana wo beda no sanya no kono ene papa yi wacha so no atu no mutuo ya asa no ma no anya de se edema no ene ye kwa ma no so e sensem yi ba ye no opening kese ba ko ye tan ni din koma pawo ye fidie so wo ye political analyst wa bene e wo amnesem emo ni enko bisa no so pani sa bills ya wo kan wasemi e ye ho ensa de so otua yo man no ana so no ampo ana so timi etia na de ene asem a mapenda de kan wo je ne san ye ra Jonathan asanto otua ba ma no so wabani kasa so ten kan wiye mu akwabo
ya meni ya odi asampa mejoso
yen mi say nyame atom ho ye bibia boko
ade dia chai
enia yewra asante dia bani asama yewra Abronye DC kwaka yei enei mampani dada waba bayi na no de ri kan osiska no enya de ese no cross ojiska bi atesa sesi aye kasampo ono ne pension monthly pension salary and what year water bill traveling bill sasa bibia fu ani ade wonu a anepia na ade accommodation po no ya ma ni bi no office nso ya ma ni bi yo aka mpo se man panda da akofo se sa ne omenyo nyina no ayade aso man eyema no yedi nkan yemi sasa asemo aka ni se no wodwene ho sai
yo odi asampa me da wase am se na bia me no moncheka me no monche nkomodie no am se ne another way so bedin sa waso kaka asam no o man peni dada waka me ho abo me but let me start from somewhere. Me and Kasana Medican Kase, my sister Penny Montari, in Yano to come Abronye, Lanka for Subia, because such a figure in politics, no, so I can't send beer. Ayana and so how was about Yano. Maybe you have to treat it with all the ridiculousness that it deserves. Then the ex-president himself comes out with all this information. I believe that what the ex-president said, NDC government in the next way, that comes to power, they will have a look at Article 71 of his orders. They will have a review, and I'm beginning to believe his word on that. Esan said, for an ex-president who deserves all these things, by virtue of the position and the seat that he occupied in the past, is denied all of these. No, then it means that such a person does not even need that Article 71, office holding facilities, as it were. Now, my respect to the power, my respect for the ex-president has really gone a notch higher. I doff my heart out for him. And I think, going forward, I want to hear level-headed, fine-headed kinds of people in the society to speak against this. Because if after all, you have an ex-president, not because he wants to become president again, or he has contested and he intends contesting, for which reason you are going to deny him A, B, C, and D. For him to be able to be paying his own domestic staff, renting his own accommodation, paying his own electricity bill, what else would you expect an ex-president to do? When in actual fact, you're on the second his salary, and the only thing he has received a salary arrears of 2013, which is a little over 200,000. My goodness, what kind of vindictiveness are we practicing as democracy? And I think that if we don't speak as stakeholders in the democracy that we are practicing today, Ochina, Nasa Yarakupado by ex-president, let's say you deny all these things, then people come out and say, I didn't know man penny work for Nananom there, they man A, B, C, and D. Then it means that whoever is in power is not treating the president well. One is actual fact. The sitting president has made it a point, a key point, say all these things that deny the ex-president. I think that is unbecoming of the office of the current president. And it is not in any way good for our fledgling democracy.
Yan sanction is saying, and so I come up for I am a one. Etiaban said, Yen Susa senti a young Hwayan said, some will be as you said, Mampania Bediachra. Why no such animal now will tell you on well, for announcing to one also to you say, what in a monthly pension salary, and I was a Bianco Mino and a Veneja Nina Yamano.
No, Minima, chief of staff, now said yes, because one who coordinated all of these. Into whatever ought to be paid, because the president is entitled to so many things. And it knows I be no oka said me or man penny that for the no be no idea. Maybe because the president before the partner Wabem, maybe all the other things that he deserves has been given to him or they are still giving it to him. But in terms of the things of that nature have been locked up. And I think it is a serious indictment on our democracy. And in as much as Abronye wanted to undo him, in fact, he has rather opened the Pandora box for the ex-president to clear the air. And that in itself, you see, it will inure to his advantage. It's unfair. Nipanet Nia Yasanime when you take care of all of this without even his plane ticket. One in actual fact, we have people who don't even qualify. Join government, saying visiting whatever, and they've been traveling, and the state is paying per diem and on. I am in your money back. But as an ex-president, he's an ambassador of the nation. Every now and then we hear say, some country be a friend, some membership, electoral way, any other processes, observing nation, AU, the UN, and so on and so forth. And so, such a person. It doesn't matter whether he wants to become president again or not, for which reason we are going to be vindictive or visit our vendetta on him. It does not. It is not in any way good for our fledgling democracy, as I said. But,
where do you open your casa and Yadia Sober Casa Bent, Maminfa way enter to an Yayana Echo? Wora and someone Mampenda da air camp, what boss Mampenda da for 1 year sub benefit when you know. Ayadiasa Aben Yatemano Amanso Casabia. Not buying an ample an MPP. Aban was in terms of Emaniasa. Ada Mampenda than why you be bonny. And also said, Dear Pa, the 30 potentanamsa, you will be the Amano, you will be the Yasian for money. Edia knows his Alcoso.
Well, my heart, and I want to say, if our current president is not selfish, for example, in can you maybe Mahama start here, or secure loan, scanning idea, to say procrastinate interchange, interchange here. If the president was selfless, he would have invited him to join in the commissioning, but he did not. Why? Because he feels he is a political opponent. Yes, I know. If Mr. Mahama were to be someone who was not interested in becoming a president again, maybe the treatment would have been different. But as it stands now, our president and his team, they have not behaved in any mature way. And that is the more reason why this vindictiveness, keeps on going on. And I think to say, I expect level-headed people in this country, the clergy, the civil society, and other, level-headed people, to say a word or two about this particular thing. This is very bizarre, and it does not in any way inure to the benefit of our democracy. Because I'm sure maybe he will take it to a different level, or maybe he will change the whole process. But that is not the way to go. That which is constitutional bound, and the president is supposed to do so. It is not because he's the president. It is constitutionally mandated, and it takes away discretion away from him. You see, and I'm not quite to say last minute. Mahama account, then it becomes another political propaganda. So, you just ask when in actual fact, it should have been a monthly thing or even a quarterly thing. And I don't think it is good for our democracy. We've come a long way for us to be able to be mature in the way we deal with each other and the way we handle the affairs, of our opponents.
Any opening my yana was son area yen some your fellow when you do encomo. I was for opening case and you could where political analysts were paying Ewa same papa Yero Jonathan Asante Oche. Would you your Facebook on so Akira 100.5 FM Akira 100.5 FM Yera Abronye so see him here. Now so was the address of the cancer asami and a fair Yera Mampedita Yero Tontomani Mahama. One also baby I was what cancer me at the sanity. Nina Yaswa Ay3hu your Facebook and a YouTube no sunti Koborum Akira 100.5 FM National Iswadia or Mani Abre Yomokasa.
Yet once I'm not so dear Mamma Mampedita John Dramani Mahama dear to just say Mampedina Nadu Danko Kufuadra Watia Benjaso. Hey, Chesan Cananado or be Kaya Panka and yet this a Ghana for Beji and Net Ajedichina. As Empire, you never can say 2017 Mampedina Nadu Danko Kufuadra say Sagana Fue, send you see Doyen Sife, not Benjano to say King. Or Bayana Famu dear Bia, Abuama Galamse, where to a seer, Essa to Bontu Coco, Etiaulu Galamsea, a Bejana Swama Manfasa and Sua, and now for body and a power dwa, or dear Dom Yei, and now for Musa Singina. Nasenia Mampenina and Danko Kufa Dokan and Edia, near himself and a memo bresso, what is a Sayana to Yabegua Quemo, Nagalamse so crady to near to a seer, Neswene, Mampenina that John Dramani Mahama say. Ghana for a dear new one of the airtime dodo. Nene Ubere, a man for a Mudom people, man Yokono, a moon penny for Mupi, and I will concession would buy a diama woman tell it. A DSA say I want a Ghana Hanomno, a man for subwork console, a full good day to a family and one will move to the core. Wamutu ya na asasena sei na nsuo na sei na amanfo ati sampatam won wo mobre na wese ne ekwo nyina no kra no a eyesa no a na sika pudo sika bete ekodi MPP fo no sam na Ghana fo na yebre na yesa asenso ye ne hu bibia wo ho enti gala ya kan wasam a Mampanyina na Danko Kufuado wode na no ato mu bie se wo betu asie ene de nya ne ehunu no kra na Mampanyina da John Dramani Mahama se sai ko no pa na kaye Mampanyina na Danko Kufuado ena ko wo adwuma ko fufuro bi mu a enka we de wono na ka so wo be ye wotumi afo se anyoyo wotumi afa kwato na anya nkwan eti no ne senka ni dibre mu se kire ekura se maka me ya me ana meka ya meboa eti me dibre mi gyamu ato ho na so sisi awakoye Mampanyina no wadi Ghana fo mo papa tesa wa rise poto ebo wo se ye eniema wodo ka ye eso wo bebo ne ho modin aye na famu de wo bebo ama Ghana mutimamfo na wa boye kwaye benturo ne emu sasa wo ban no esi ade bufumpa adane enti se ne gala no wasoso so a ama na manfo no mu bi ye no tesa ye zamsia e kananado 0 pa akukoti ena ko obenya enti se ne nanado se ebo na wanya ne sa ne de ne se na mamuo ne ho totoye ne nyina enkoyie.
Indeed, if he were in some other jurisdiction, he would have resigned by now. By his word, he put his presidency on the line. Because now his own people have been found to be the ones engaged. All their party executives have, concessions and are doing illegal mining in forest reserves. It's a pity. But it's close to home, and that's why he can't deal with it. If you go to the districts, they talk about community mining. Community mining is the MPP party executives and the DCs who are doing the community mining. And so they are the ones doing what they're doing. And so how can you expect him to fight, Galamsey, when his own people are involved in it? It makes very nice, verbiage when you talk about it and you express a will to do something. Well, action speaks louder than words. Our river bodies are still the coffee color that they were. Maybe they were Milo before. They are looking like coffee now, getting darker. And they all know who are doing it. The champagne machines are there. It's not something that you can put in a handbag and walk and go and do it here. They put it there. And so how come you can't find the champagne machines, that are washing all that mud into the river bodies? So I think he's failed when it comes to illegal gold mining.
So kuwe de critical pa Mampanyina da John Dramani Mahama ne ne ekotie ye no na Mampanyina na Danko Kufuado ene na simpeni apa wonya akwanya no kokogina so a se ne fa ye nsase ho obeka de galade na yese kokromoti waka ho asempa na watumi kaka ne modembo a wobo na ban modembo a wo mu bo eso mo bayo mafamu die bia na gala no obotumi etu ase na ban kra de wo mu ku bi de tia enti ye behwe kra na ye di ho danse se Ghana fo a ye beka de ye nsapa esisi yabo ne ye kase na nado ayade a na memu abreso no ntoto ye de egu akwemu no ye hu satraye mapa ye ne papa mu o ewo efomagudie to amfam akwemu se na ban eku bi na asemu edie tese twetwe asopa Ghana for so say we dey ye na do boa pa efise ne ekoso Ghana ha edin bia ya tete ene ne ekoso efa gala ho ne de se na do begina simpie ne apaso pa ka bibia ti se dia na senka entwe yie efise akukuduro no benya krade aka no ewo senka ono akasa ne timbua ebu ne fo mampanyi na do danko akufu ado ne sem bia o kan ye efa gala ho ne modem bo na ban ye bo ne bini.
I think the efforts have brought a lot of fruit. First of all, it's now a subject of national discussion. Everywhere you go, this matter of galamsey will at least achieve that purpose of heightening consciousness about it as an evil. When I came, nobody was talking about galamsey. Since we came and focused on it, it is now the subject of discussions in homes, in offices, in meetings all across Ghana. So that's one very positive. Secondly, many of the measures that have been put in place are yielding fruit. The community mining schemes that are being established across the country systematically are being rolled out. The efforts there are to keep our waters clean have not succeeded in their entirety, but some measurable increase in performance there is also taking place. Generally, you can see that, yes, there will be sensational cases. And the matter is not over. The Ay3hu has become a short form for everything to do with, especially, unfortunately, with the involvement of foreigners, especially Chinese, in these illicit and dangerous acts in our country. But I'm persuaded that much of the work that is being done, and a lot of these things are going on without too much publicity.
Mampanyi na do danko akufu ado ne ne ekoti enti wafa eze kasa we de galadie ya titi mpanyifo no bi se ne kasa sika waya de wo Ghana ha no se de Ghana fo mu bi kasa MPP fo na bi se ne omu si tu gala concert fo wo no wafa so wa wuni bi ese ya mo so ha ya titi ya so woni hwan no ko kasa konfo ne si ye ko mama
ya da masese munya bre na ekutie no ene no ebrai na yesra mo se enenda nika ohwe aha Nananom TV si Nananom TV ya hye mo bose ade bi afa amanyo ho de anything about politics, entertainment, business, sports, even foreign news no come to Nananom TV. Say enenda nika ohwe enso de abomode ya subscribe, like your videos, share chebre na hwe videos no na for adwen kire eto ya comment section no asem na wawie no mia notification bar na click notification bar do se na be ya se the new video tuma on hwe obehwe edin a mejeso a ene Nanaya Asare aka Mesco ya damase.